What's up, people? In this video, we are going to watch a specific video that somebody told me to watch by LFA. I'm not really sure who this is or like what their deal is, but someone was like, you have to watch this, you know, or do LFA or something like that. Oh god, this is like red pill stuff. Oh, this guy? I've seen this guy before. Oh god. Okay. I hate this stuff. Oh, alright. Explains the SMV dominance hierarchy. Things aren't looking good for average men. When were things ever looking good for average men? Oh, God. Okay, I guess we'll do this one. Alright, okay, so if you guys have any other recommendations for YouTubers or videos you want me to take a look at, let me know, leave me a comment.
Welcome back, guys. So I want to talk briefly about a situation I went through today. And, you know, sometimes the smallest little situations can spark the biggest and deepest thoughts that will just haunt you for the rest of the day. So I went to the gym this morning, and you know, everything was going pretty normal. And I walked to the drinking fountain to get a drink, and I passed a woman. She was, my rough estimate, I would say she was about 32 years old. And she looked a little bit weathered, like maybe she had had a couple of kids, but she was still, you know, she still had some sexual marketplace value to her, okay? And when I walked past her, we had a brief eye contact. And the look on her face, you know, if I could translate the look on her face and reiterate it into words, the look was, "You disgust me." You know, it was an indicator of disinterest. Like, she had no reason to even look at me like that, okay? There was no reason for her to give me that look. It would have been better if she wouldn't have acknowledged my existence at all. And the reason why this sparked such a deep thought in my head, and the reason why I had to, you know, turn this camera on and share it with you guys, is because, you know, I'm a realist, okay? I don't overestimate myself. I don't underestimate myself. I know right where I fit in. And I'm a very average man, okay? And average is a broad range, guys. If you are a 7 in the sexual marketplace, in terms of sexual marketplace value, anywhere between...
I don't know where he's going with this. Maybe this is like, I don't know, he's gonna like turn it around and be like, that's the wrong mentality to have or something. But so maybe this is premature, like what I'm gonna say, but bro, first rule of the red pill is you don't talk about the red pill. You know, like, you don't talk about it. And okay, fine, I understand this is like his channel, and that's pretty much the only thing he talks about, I guess. But like, the reason I don't like, and this is just me like being annoying, but when I watch stuff like this, when I watch anything that has like all these buzzwords, sexual marketplace value, like, I don't know, I guess that was the only thing that he said, but like that's like a broad term, like eating disorder. It's like, what is an eating disorder? It's an explanation for a type of behavior or a series of decisions that leads to an undesirable behavior, right? If you actually call it what it is, let's talk about bulimia, for example, right? Random example. I have bulimia. What does that mean? I frequently stick my finger down my throat and vomit after I eat because I feel bad about eating. That's what it actually is, okay? But when you say bulimia, you don't have to say all that other stuff, but bulimia has like all of these additional like connotations that just like pull your emotions in different directions, right? So like this whole sexual marketplace value thing, like that's, what does that even mean? That's like a shortened way of saying, I guess that's fairly accurate, but it's not like an actual marketplace, you know? I guess it's like how sexually desirable you are compared to other members of your gender. So like, I don't know, maybe that's not much of a stretch to say SMV. Yeah, anyway, I don't know, I kind of want to see where he's going with this.
Between, I would say, 7 and 4 is average, okay? If you're below a 4, you're definitely a TFLer. You know, if I'm a 7, if I'm 6 feet tall, you know, at least average looking in the face, I'm in good shape, I'm healthy, you know, I should be a 7 in terms of looks, right? In terms of money and status, I'm average. I make enough money to pay my bills and then some. You know, my life is fairly easy. You know, I don't struggle to make purchases that I need or, you know, anything like that. And I know there's a lot of people that do. So, you know, I can't consider myself below average in terms of earnings or looks or status or any of that, you know? And I get looks like that from women, okay? Guys, it is not looking good for the average man. Now let me explain this woman to you. Since I just gave you a brief description of myself, let me explain this woman to you. Like I said, she was, you know, I would say roughly 32 years old. Looks like she's had a couple of kids, but still carries herself well, still has some value to her. But one thing that really stuck out in my head when I looked at her, she had a Louis Vuitton gym bag, okay? Yeah, that's like $1,000 bag just to put your gym stuff in, just to put your sweaty gym shoes in. You know what I'm saying? So, I became somewhat obsessed with this situation. Like, I wouldn't say obsessed, but hell, yeah, I was somewhat obsessed with this situation at this brief moment. So, I was kind of in the corner of my eye watching this girl's actions. You know what I'm saying? And the reaction she gave to this young 21-year-old, really good-looking, absolute he looked like a fucking supermodel, okay? The looks she gave him were looks of sexual desire, right?
All right, I guess he's not gonna like turn it around. I mean, this is not a bad-looking guy. I mean, he's good looking. He's got seems like he's got like muscles. I saw his bicep there. Like, he's got the look, the sunglasses. Like, he's got the beard going on. You know, cool hairstyle, I guess. Like, okay, like one girl like didn't like you at the gym who's kind of busted, has a Louis Vuitton bag. You're like upset about that. This is somehow like ruining your day. Like, who cares, dog? There's tons of girls. Like, and she wasn't even that good looking, and she liked some other guy instead of you. This means somehow that things aren't looking good for average men. I mean, first of all, when was life ever good for like average people? Life has never been good for average people. Like, if you're average, you're a fucking loser. I mean, okay, I'm sorry, but like, why would you want to be average in anything? Like, why wouldn't you want to just be like really good or like one of the best? Like, it's not just because everybody's average and not everybody can be the best, that doesn't mean that you like deserve anything in life. Like, this girl's supposed to be like pretend to be nice to you because you like, so she doesn't like hurt your feelings. I don't like, what am I missing here? Like, I'm down with this whole like red pill shit. Like, okay, I believe it all that it's true, but I don't walk around like I deserve positive reactions from anybody, right? Like, at all. How about this crazy thought, dog? What if you like smiled and said hello? Like, just be like a friendly person, you know? People watch this who are like into the whole like red pill thing, like, oh my god, what a beta male, he smiled. Oh my god, way to give away your power, bro. No, like, actually just like be like a nice normal person, right? Like, everywhere that I go, I'll teach you guys a little trick. Everywhere that I go, like I go and live in like different apartments or hostels or like, you know, share houses or whatever, like several times a year. Every time that I go, I'm always so nice and so friendly to the people that work there, okay? When I was in Japan, I would bring the staff of these hostels, I would bring them ice cream every day. I would bring like a pack of, like a box of ice cream bars or like the popsicles or whatever, every day for no reason at all. They loved me. Oh my God. I had like, you know, not that I like broke the rules there, but like after I checked out, they let me keep my shit there for like a week. They would like let me come in and like use the eating room. I don't know, I guess like the like common room, I guess. I had stuff like shipped there, like stuff that you're not actually allowed to do, just because I was nice to them. You know, they gave me a discount on the room. Same thing with this place I'm in Bangkok, just because I'm nice to them. If I go to like a vendor to buy some food, if I go a couple times in a row, I'm always like, I'm ridiculously happy to see them. I don't care if they're a man, woman. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? How are you? Like, there's no reason for anybody who's going to buy like a $1 fruit shake to be so nice to these people. Like, why? But when I do that, they hook me up because I'm nice, you know? So like, okay, fine. This girl at the gym who like has her Louis Vuitton bag and like gave you a look of disgust. I mean, maybe she just doesn't like you. Maybe she thinks you're a douchebag. Maybe like you had like a pouty look on your face or something, or maybe she's just having a bad day. Maybe she just fucking doesn't like you for whatever reason. Like, who cares? It's her right, bro. If a man did it too, it's his right. Like, not everybody needs to like you. What am I missing here?
And that's fine. You know, I'm not a jealous man, but I just, like I said, I was so invested, intellectually invested, I would say, in this situation. Not emotionally invested, intellectually invested. Because when I see a social situation that just really sparks my interest, I have to pay attention to it, you know. So she was showing this young man all this sexual attraction, right? And then the young man had, I'm not sure what happened. I think he had to leave. You know, he left. And then she went on to flirting with a man who was about 40 and clearly a wealthy man. You know, judging by the vehicle he drove, the clothes he was wearing. You know, he had an Apple Watch on, and everything was name brand. He had a bracelet that looked like it was, you know, at least solid gold on his other wrist. Clearly a man with money. You know, and she flipped the switch and was showing attraction to this man, but it was a different kind of attraction. It was a facade, as if she were in love, like she had some sort of emotional attraction to this man. When it was clearly evident by looking at her Louis Vuitton bag that the emotional investment that she had in this man was based on hypergamous instincts, you know. Now, me, myself, you know, I wasn't dressed the fanciest. I don't want to dress the fanciest, you know what I'm saying? That's never going to be my goal. I don't want to impress people because I don't want to impress the wrong kind of woman. And 99% of women are the wrong kind of woman. This woman isn't much different than the majority of women out there, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it just really pulled me into a deep thought because I know I'm a man with some value. I am average. I'm above average, okay? You know, I'm on the high end of average, I should say, right? And women who are, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, if I'm a 7, she was maybe a 6.5, okay? She was probably a 7 before, you know, when she was in her...
Imagine, like, going to the gym and, like, having this interaction, which for, like, who would even think about this, like, honestly? But imagine having this, like, 1 second interaction. You go to the drinking fountain and some girl looks at you and then being, like, so, like, bent out of shape about it that you, like, come home and make this entirely, like, long video, like, about it, hypergamous instincts. Like, I'm not saying that stuff's not true. Like, I believe all that stuff. I believe that, like, the whole red pill philosophy, like, there's for sure, like, some truth to that. Let's even say it's all 100% true, right? But, like, this is the wrong way to, like, deal with it. This is, like, and I understand, like, you know, and I'm not one to talk, right? Like, when I first discovered this red pill stuff, I was like, it took me out of the game for, like, almost 3 years. Like, I was like, just I couldn't bring myself to, like, talk to women beyond just extremely superficial casual conversation. Like, I didn't want to date anybody. I didn't want to, like, even really, like, I didn't want to invite them over. Like, I mean, I still did sometimes, but, like, it was, I would put, like, I reduced the amount of effort that I would put into it by a lot. Like, just because I in the back of my mind, I was always thinking basically what this guy's thinking, like, hypergamy, you know, which is, for those of you who don't know, hypergamy is basically like women, this is bad, but, like, women will fuck anything kind of if they feel like it at the time, and especially, like, guys who are, like, super alpha chads or whatever, or have a lot of money, right? And I thought at, like, I mean, I never thought I was average. I've never thought I was average. I always, honestly, if I had, like, no money and was, like, not a special person, I've always thought that I'm, like, a fucking boss, honestly. But that's just the whole kind of, like, hypergamy thing, right? And another thing, you know, I've mentioned before that I used to work out at Equinox in West LA, which I paid, I think, $230 a month for a gym membership. And I was for sure, like, hands down, you know, if we were to rank all of the members of that gym, I was the brokest member of that gym easily by a lot. Like, I did not belong in that gym. However, I knew everybody in that gym, and there's one trainer who didn't like me. I don't know why. But other than that, everybody liked me. Everybody. And do you know why? Because I would go in there, guys, girls, rich, poor, and I did not dress. Like, I wore, it's kind of embarrassing. Well, whatever. Anyway, everybody liked me, and I was super nice to everyone, saying hello, smiling, cracking jokes. Like, I didn't care that I was broke and would wear, like, basketball shorts from Walmart and, like, my old shirts, like, from the army, like, actually shirts that are, like, 9 years old, like, t-shirts that are 9 years old. And I had these shoes that they were like hush puppies, like kind of like they're from this material called nubuck. If you guys know what nubuck is, it's like I think it's a type of suede. And they were from when I lived in New Zealand, which was like 2014, and this was America. It was like 2016 that I was there, 2015, 2016. So it's just like 2 years old shoes, not even like workout shoes. And like my hair was looking like way worse than it is now, like fucking bushy, like ridiculous hair. In Equinox, of all places. Did not get any like dirty looks from girls, like just because I was a nice person, I mean, am I like on the same level as the like 21-year-old like supermodel guy? I mean, I think I'm good looking, but I don't think I'm like a supermodel. I wish I was, but I don't have that look, like, what is this? Like, is this... maybe it's ironic. Maybe this is like irony or something. Let's just, I guess, finish this.
Her 20s, and before she had kids, she was probably a 7.5 or an 8. But she's fallen down to probably a 6.5, I would say, right now. And she feels in her mind, because of the way society is teaching these young ladies, she feels in her mind like she deserves either a young stud who's an 8 or a 9, or a rich man, right? She deserves better than an average man. This is why men are going MGTOW. Now, a lot of MGTOWers are TFLers. You know what I'm saying? They're TFLers that just never admitted to themselves that they were TFLers, so they went MGTOW. But a lot of men, average men, or slightly above average men, who realize that, once you get a good look at female nature, you realize you are going to have to put a lot of fucking effort into getting a woman. You know what I'm saying? A lot of bullshit effort that a rich man doesn't have to put in, or an extremely, extremely good-looking man doesn't have to put in. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, why is it even worth it? And I believe, I'm keeping all of the politics aside. We can get into that on a different day, but I'm just talking just social standards right now. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I think the reason why men are going MGTOW is because these women have the bar raised so fucking high. It's not fair. You know what I'm...
Oh my God, homie, the bar is not raised high at all. The bar is lower than it's ever been, like actually lower than it's ever been, right? Like, I understand. Okay, so this, I'm so sorry, whatever, who's this guy? LFA. I'm like, you'll probably never watch this, and you won't listen to anything I say anyway, so like, I'm still sorry, but like, you spend too much time on Reddit, dog. Like, get off of Reddit. Like, just, are you a mod, like, on the TRP, like, subreddit or something? Because it sounds like you are. Oh, God. The bar is raised so high? No, it's not. Have you ever... This sounds so, like, I know people are going to call me like, what a beta male. Like, just be nice? Oh, my God. This is, JBY. Just be yourself. Like, I've read Rollo Tomassi's entire site, right? I've read Illimitable Man's entire site as of, like... 2000, like mid 2018. Haven't read it in a while. I don't need it anymore. But like, I've read it all, dog. Like, I was in the rabbit hole. I read all the articles. I was on fucking the subreddit every day. Like, I've read the sidebar. Like, I know all of it. Okay. And what is this? Actually, like, what is this? This is the anger phase. Okay. So like, basically it goes like this. When you're first exposed to these concepts as a man, right? This whole like red pill stuff, basically, not that you can't trust women, but like you'll never really truly be able to know 100% that your girl won't cheat on you or leave you for a better guy. And it takes a lot of work apparently to like get a girl in the first place now because of social media and like, hypergamy and all this stuff. That kind of throws you through a loop, right? You don't because you don't really understand why you've had bad luck with women. And then somehow you find this red pill shit and you're like, oh my God, the game, like, it was against me the whole time. I never had a chance. And you get so angry because this is never addressed in like the mainstream media. It's never addressed in Hollywood. It's never addressed in the media. Nobody tells you, like, men don't like, I don't know, like, I love my dad, but like he never, I was never told this as a kid, right? From anybody, from any man, right? I don't think. Yeah. Anyway, you're just not told. So you're like very angry at the world. You're like, why, it's okay. Like, but just, why didn't anybody tell me? And this, like, I don't know. And again, here we have like the additional dimension of this guy is let's just say financially successful from spreading this message. So when you're reinforced positively with money and fame and like attention for doing something, it's much harder to stop. Like you have that, it's not just like you're doing this in your room by yourself. Okay, when you make money from it and like you're famous from it and all that stuff. Okay, so but is this a way to live? I mean, I guess like to be like this, you can live like this, I guess. But honestly, like as I don't want to say normal person, but as somebody who is not who's not going through the anger phase anymore, do I like care that this video exists and homie is like spreading this message? Not really, no. Because again, this is just making it easier for me, right? This is further lowering the bar, number one, because you're taking so many guys out of the competition if they believe this. And I understand everybody's got to go through the anger phase to varying lengths. But number one, you're taking them out of the competition, so thank you, right? You're lowering their confidence, so thank you again. Makes it easier for me, a guy who like knows all of this stuff, but is like able to compartmentalize it and ignore it, I guess, to be confident in these situations where I'm not like hyper focused on, oh my God, like my six pack isn't as six pack-alicious as like, you know, whatever, some like 6'8" like supermodel, or like I don't have a gold bracelet, I have like a rubber bracelet. I don't care, right? It doesn't matter to me. Yeah, on some level, right? Like I look at people like that, like, okay, I would love to be like 6'6", you know, and like just like jacked for sure, of course. Am I gonna let that like ruin my life because like some girl didn't smile at me at the water fountain? Like, is this a joke? Like, I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm saying it's not fair that an average man has to go to the gym and be looked at in a way, you know, just a heartless way. You know, letting you know that you're not on her level, even though
subscribe to the channel.
I'm not even attracted to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's below my standards and I'm below her standards. You know, I don't want a 32-year-old woman with a bunch of kids who's high maintenance. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with that shit. No matter how rich or good looking I was, I don't want to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it to me. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to have a quick talk with you and just, you know, get this off of my shoulders, and hopefully some of you can find this somewhat relatable. You know, these women's standards are too damn high. It's unrealistic. And, you know, the average man or the below average man, guys, it's pretty much over for us. You know, it's game over. It's time to buck up and go MGTOW until these women learn how to behave. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, I hope this video...
My God, so like I don't want to... I feel bad saying anything bad about another man, right? If it's a girl, okay, maybe I'm a misogynist or something, but like if it's a girl, I honestly, like, no offense, ladies, like I love you and everything, but like I just think women are... Like I expect almost weak behavior from women, so that when I see one who's not weak and is like disciplined and like has... I guess more traditionally male values, let's just call them, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like shocked, I'm impressed, right? Because I have a lower expectation of them. And with men, like when I see stuff like this, like again, like I said, on the one hand, I don't really care, because you're complaining, you're basically saying I was not treated well because comparatively I'm not as good as these other people, and the like underlying message is, and if you're also not as good as these other people, you won't be treated well. So, you know, you should secretly like be mad about it on the internet, and like let's start a movement and subscribe to my channel. I think it's I don't know, like he honestly, I'm sensing either like a lot of like actual pent up anger just because of the hesitant way that he's speaking. You know, it seems almost like he's like about to lose his temper, or this is like just a fake story and he's telling this story as a way to get people riled up and like kind of piss them off so they subscribe to his channel. It seems I'm getting that vibe a little bit. Like why is this so like haltingly said? So yeah, I don't like. And again, like I said, like you want to take yourself out of the... Like, he's a good-looking guy. right? Like if I saw this guy walking down the street, I'd be like, damn, this guy's like, he's got good style. I mean, you know, maybe button your shirt, but like he's got the beard, he's got cool sunglasses, he's got good hair, he's got biceps, like he's got like a cool like accent. If I saw this guy and I didn't know that like he was like this, I would be like, oh my God, like I kind of need to like hide my girlfriend around this guy. But now, like, okay guys, like a girl like didn't smile at me when I went to go drink water, when I got some water at the water fountain, and she was nice to a guy who had a gold bracelet. Therefore, you need to write all women off entirely because if I'm not good enough, you're not good enough. Like, this is so dumb. That's number one. Number two, all these people who say looks and money. It's all about looks and money, right? Or was it face and frame, right? It's just such hardcore cope, right? You do not understand, you underestimate the power of being funny and being friendly and being nice and being confident, right? Like if you're able to go over and just be like a nice, funny, friendly person who doesn't give a fuck about all this shit, who doesn't like have all this like internet warrior, like this is social justice. I'm sorry. This is like reverse social justice. Okay. If you don't have all of that on your mind in every single interaction, you're like, people will like you. I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is just, don't underestimate that. Okay. It's not all about looks and money and frame. Like I've been in many situations where like and again, like I said, I'm not like supermodel rich guy, but I've been outclassed socially and had girls taken off of me by like short, fat dudes with game a ton of times, more times than I would like to admit, right? And I've also taken girls off guys who are like better looking than me, I think. Maybe I actually haven't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, but I'm sure it's happened at some point. But the other thing has definitely happened. So I guess it's possible. Although it's not really that possible to be better looking than me. Have more money than me? Definitely. That's definitely possible. Anyway, so like, who asked me to do this video? Did you ask me to do like this specific video? Oh no, it's just a link to their channel. Anyway, I guess what I want to say, summary, to all you guys out there who are wondering about this like red pill stuff, like anything else, it's a means to an end. If you're letting it, like honestly, 500,000 views, this guy's obviously crushing it, 50,000 subs, making full-time income, it's like popular, famous, whatever. That's as a means to an end, this red pill stuff is amazing. If that is your end, to be famous and financially stable, good. Okay, but if you're just like a normal person and you're like, should I think and act like this, like in my normal life, and completely shut off the possibility that I'll ever like get close to a woman ever again, or even like not have the mental like bullshit in your mind about like women are bad people because, you know, Reddit says so. No, I mean, like, and again, I say this as somebody who's gone down that rabbit hole, and is it really fair for me to say that because I've gone down that rabbit hole? You know what I mean? So can I really recommend that you not do it? Because I did it. So I guess, but just, you know, like leave a trail of breadcrumbs to make sure that you can find your way back. Okay. All right. So thank you for telling me to watch this video. I thought it was stimulating. If you guys have any other recommendations for videos you want me to take a look at, let me know. Peace.